Can you believe it? The final, the last, what every cruiser wants for 2025, it's here. This is it. And you may be asking yourself, well, have the comments gotten any less ridiculous? Nope, they sure have not. Because no matter how many times you say it, no matter how many times you point it out, no matter how many times you give them the obvious, easy answer, they're still going to write in comments. They're still going to make statements where, everything from, why do I, as a cruiser, need to bring my own stuff on board cruise ships? That's crazy. That's ridiculous. The cruise lines, well, they should provide me everything. How about a cruiser who believes that ship activities should be set around their bedtime? All ship activities for every person on board scheduled around their bedtime. And finally, someone, well, they just don't seem to understand tipping. Yep, it's Saturday. It's once again time for what every cruiser wants. Good Saturday morning, everybody. Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to today's video and our last episode of What Every Cruiser Wants here for 2025. And we got some new comments for you today. People that they can't be bothered to bring their own things. The cruise line must provide it for them. Someone who believes their bedtime should control everything on board the cruise ship. And finally, someone who just, no matter what people say on the internet, apparently still can't understand tipping. And of course, put something in the comment that just isn't true. But let's get into today's comments. Let's find out. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Are these people right? Are these people wrong? And do they know what every cruiser wants? First up today, we're going to talk about people who they don't want to bring their own stuff on board cruise ships. It's silly because a lot of the stuff that they demand the cruise lines provide for them can easily fit in their bags. We've seen comments in the past where, why is sunscreen not provided to me? It's sunny outside. Why do you not provide me free house slippers? Nobody wants to walk around the ship barefoot. Of course, if you really wanted sunscreen and slippers, you would just bring them. And this comment is going to be another example of that because, we're talking about a laundry bag. A laundry bag. Please do what blank does and put a laundry basket in every room, not just the suites. Okay, so a collapsible laundry hamper easily fits in your suitcase. A laundry bag easily fits in your suitcase. Why does the cruise line need to provide you a laundry basket? I don't get it. But it doesn't just end at laundry baskets. No, because our second comment is again somebody who doesn't want to bring something on the ship that they know they want and need. So many people need a fan, and I understand why you guys cannot provide one to everyone. Carnival needs to realize that some of us cannot schlep a fan from our car up the gangplank to the ship. There should be a resource where we can rent one on board and pay for it. I think so many people would appreciate it. I like how they start off and say they understand why the cruise line cannot provide one for everybody. And the reason is because they don't have a place really to keep all of these fans. It's not like they got a big room on the cruise ship that they're just like, man, what we should do is fill these full of fans. We should spend millions and millions and millions of dollars to put fans in every cabin on every cruise ship. But instead of the cruise line doing this, how about this? How about if the cruise line rents them to you? Which, I don't know, does that still mean that they need to have all these fans on board the ship so you can rent them? Does it not mean the cruise line still had to pay for all of these fans so you can rent them? All because you don't want to schlep your cruise fan from your car onto the ship. Because we know that's so terrible. Look at the size of it. It's so big. I don't know that I can make it on the ship with this monstrosity. Seriously? You can't bring a fan, your own fan, on your cruise? Come on now. Next, I'm going to change up the order a little bit here, and I'm going to do the person who, doesn't seem to understand tipping, even though they kind of read it online. And I understand that tipping can be confusing where we're talking about tipping the porters if you have them take your bags and put them on board send them to be put on board the ship for you. But there's lots of answers on the internet about that. It's really not that difficult, but it's the part at the end of this comment that really makes me go, huh, why'd you put that in there? Carnival needs to make it more clear about tipping the porters at embarkation places. People on Reddit recommend to tip $1 to $2 per bag, but if it's just two people, then $5 is enough for all the bags. There are 7 in our party, so do I go with a flat 20? Your competition has clear instructions, John, so why do you not do the same? So for the first half of the comment, you tip the porters what you want to tip the porters. We usually tip them $5 a bag. That's our choice. You can choose more, you can choose less. That's completely up to you. But I do want to be clear. The porters at cruise ports do not work for the cruise lines. They are not cruise lines employees. The cruise line has no say whatsoever over how they're tipped, paid, any of that. So I am wondering, who is the competition out there that gives strict guidelines on how to tip the porters? Which cruise line is that? Because none of the porters work for the cruise lines. They don't have anything to do with the cruise lines as far as employee-employer relationship. This would be like assuming that the cruise lines will tell you how much the parking should cost. They'll give their recommendation regardless of what the parking people charge, right? I mean, they don't have anything to do with parking. They don't have anything to do with shuttle service. They don't have anything to do with the porters. So which competition, which cruise line out there is telling you what to tip the porters? Who is it? I'd like to read on their website where it says that. Curiosity. Maybe one does, but I'm unaware which one it would be that has any influence over that at all. And finally, we're going to talk about bedtime. Some people like to go to bed early. Some people like to go to bed late. And that can change when you're on a cruise, right? Normally, let's say you go to bed early. Well, you may stay up later while you're on a cruise because you're on vacation. You want to do more. You want to see some of the late night activities on board the cruise ship. But just imagine that you are a passenger who has a bedtime. You want to go to bed at this time each and every night, even while you are on vacation, which is perfectly fine if that's what you want to do. But you want the ship, the cruise line, to change their entire activity schedule to accommodate your bedtime. Doesn't matter if others want to stay up late or not. You don't. Cruise line needs to change. That's a new one. Question for you, John. My partner and I are both in our early 50s. Is Carnival Cruise Line aware that these days people need more sleep? Most of our age group are in bed by 10 p.m. There should be no difference on the ship. Sleep is one of life's great pleasures. At 10 p.m., bedtime is perfect. Carnival needs to readjust all of its meal times and shows and push them back at least 2 hours with so many people being in bed. There is a lot of assumption going on in that particular comment. So according to them, most people in the 50s age group are in bed by 10 p.m. At home, sure, maybe that's true. During the work week, I would say yes. I am in bed and going to sleep by 10 p.m. While I am on vacation, I go to bed when I dang well please. I go to bed when I'm done doing activities. I am not watching the clock going 10 o'clock, heading for bed. And I am 53, so I am in that age group. To say sleep is one of life's great pleasures, for them, it absolutely may be. For others, it absolutely may be. 10 p.m. may be 10 p.m. may be a perfect bedtime for them, but that you cannot generalize an entire community of cruisers based on your likes, choices, and desires. And then to believe that Carnival Cruise Lines needs to adjust all of its meal times, all of its show times, everything needs to move by 2 hours so they can make a 10 p.m. bedtime. And they should do this because there are just so many cruisers that are in bed at that time. All I can honestly say is, yeah, I don't know why you think the cruise line needs to adjust their stuff essentially for you, because I see people up late on cruise ships all the time. They're still in the piano bar, they're in the late night comedy show, they could be doing the late production show, they could be in the club dancing up on the deck having a party. So I really gotta wonder, is the majority of the cruisers in bed at 10 o'clock? Is this really a change that Carnival should even give 1 ounce of thought to? Or maybe, just maybe, somebody's a little full of themselves thinking this change needs to happen just for them. And that is going to be our video this week for what every cruiser wants. You guys let me know in the comments below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Are they right? Are they wrong? Do they speak for you, and do they know how you want to cruise? Now, if you've enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit subscribe. It is free to do so. Helps our channel grow. Let you know anytime we put out a new video. Hope everyone out there is having a really great day, and like always, we will see you out on the high seas.